Scorpio, welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for joining me. So I'm going to be taking a look at what may be going on for the rest of June 2023 for you. Keep in mind that these are general readings, so make sure that you're checking for your sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign for a full picture of what may be transpiring in your life. If this reading resonates for you, make sure that you're visiting www.brattystarot.com to book a personal reading with me, either a pre-recorded reading or a Zoom call. So the first thing that I'm going to start out with is the meditation. So during your meditation, I was in the woods and I watched a UFO crash into the ground, into the dirt, and the lights were kind of flickering, right? And I was behind a tree. And so I slowly walked towards it. I didn't see anyone or anything come out of it. I waited a while before I approached it. Like I said, lights were kind of flickering on and off. And so I walked slowly towards it and I saw these like steel doors is what it looked like. And there were two of them like this, and they were planted together. And as I got closer and I got like to almost like when you go to the grocery store and you step on the line or whatever, and it automatically opens, that's what happened. And so it opened and it was a long hallway and there were lights, like regular, like wall lights that you would see in your home or in a theater somewhere. And so I'm walking down the hallway and I'm looking, I don't hear or see anyone. It's kind of lit up. The lights are flickering, like I said, like there was an electrical problem because it crashed. And I looked at the walls and I was like, something's not right here. You know how flesh looks like on the inside, like the inside of your cheek? That's what the walls were made out of. I even touched it. It was slimy. I looked at the slime on my hands. And so I was like, okay, I'm thinking, I don't want to go continue with this meditation because I don't know what's down there. And of course, me being a Venus in Scorpio and a Pluto in Scorpio conjunct each other, I was like, no, I dare. And so I kept walking down this hallway and I got to the very end and there was this open space, like this open door. Like there wasn't a door, it was just like an open way to go in, but I didn't really look in there yet. I just saw it in the corner of my eye. And there was this man, but it was a hooded man. And he was in a rocking chair and I couldn't see his face. He was just rocking back and forth, just rocking back and forth. And when I turned and I looked, there was an entire theater, but there was nobody in it. There was nobody on the stage. There was nobody in the seats. It was just empty. And then I heard somebody cough, but it was like one person. And I didn't know if they were in the audience or behind the stage. I couldn't see them. So it's kind of interesting because I went and of course I did my research. So a UFO can represent creativity, the unconscious, something alien or foreign to you. This can also be about freedom and independence, feeling alienated in your own life. And how you interact with the UFO signifies your acceptance to the change that is currently taking place in your life. Being that I approached it, because in the interpretation, I am you in my meditation, I kind of become you in my own meditation. You were cautious at first, but you approached it. So it's showing me that maybe you're willing to explore new territories, maybe in regards to your creativity. It's interesting because hold on, I'm actually going to get to it. So we have flesh walls, right? So I couldn't find anything on having dreams or any spiritual definitions around flesh walls. Okay. So I saw raw meat and it says raw meat is witchcraft or manipulation or something trying to trap you. So I'm kind of wondering what that means. And so when I see raw flesh, I'm thinking of vulnerability. Like, do you see vulnerability as a weakness and the UFO is the hard shell? And then on the inside, really, it's like gushy in there, but it's like, that's what we're hiding, right? But you were so easy to let me in, you know? And so now I'm like, are you the UFO also? You know, is that a part of you? A hooded man in a dream can talk about hidden elements about your personality, needing to express oneself, or it can talk about insecurity around appearance. Being in a theater, you are putting forth a hard exterior not to let others in. So there's kind of a theme going on here about protective mode, the hard shell versus the fleshy walls on the inside, the hooded man, the empty stage, the empty audience, maybe a lack of vulnerability, even though the opportunity is there, or wanting to create something, but not allowing your vulnerability to come through or your intuition to come through to be able to create something. So I'm getting kind of like a hard shell, soft on the inside, needing to put something on that stage, needing to come out of your shell or out of the hood. Okay, so let's go ahead and just take a look. Show me Scorpio for the rest of June 2023. It's you, but it's in reverse. So we have death in reverse for the energy, having a hard time letting go of something, having a hard time changing something, having a hard time transforming something. And there you are again with the tower. That's kind of giving me when the UFO dropped on its ass, excuse my French, dropped on its ass in the woods is kind of what I'm getting there. The 5 of Cups in reverse, a releasing and a letting go of something that was maybe traumatic in your life. The 5 of Pentacles, still having a hard time with it, maybe feeling like you can't be vulnerable, feeling abandoned in some way, like an abandoned ship, perhaps. The Fool, screw it, I don't care, letting bygones be bygones, I'm getting on the stage, I'm filling up these seats, okay? Or lack of a better term, I am finally allowing my vulnerability to show through despite what happened to me. I'm going to create this, I'm going to do this, okay? Let me make sure, okay, I want to make sure that I was recording, oh my God. Okay. And then we have the High Priestess, intuition, can talk about creativity as well, the occult, listening to your intuition, listening to yourself. This is very like dark, deep reading. Okay. And then the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, feeling like you can't solidify something or something that's already established, not really working out. And then we're ending with the Ace of Swords, an idea to create, an idea to go through with something. So I want to go ahead and start with that death in reverse. The 3 of Swords. So I can see why you would have a hard time, letting somebody in the ship, because the ship on the outside is incredibly hard. On the inside, it was flesh walls. It was gushy. It was kind of slimy, not to be gross, but at the same time, it felt empty, And so I'm wondering with that 3 of Swords, the 10 of Cups in reverse. So this was like a family issue, or this was some form of relationship that really hurt you. The Chariot in reverse, the Strength in reverse. This has caused you to lose your confidence in regards to moving forward and being brave enough to maybe open up to your creative gifts, or just simply open up to people on an individual level. I want to say you're worthy. I saw that Empress there. I actually love the Empress in this deck. I think she's just freaking beautiful. So I feel like, the Empress is also about creation. So I do feel like there's something that you're needing to create. Maybe create something out of pain. My outlet is music, right? So every time I get my heart broken or something traumatic happens to me, I go in the studio and I record something. It's my release. Chiron and Gemini, what's yours? And so kind of needing to look at that and be serious with yourself, feel whatever it is that you got to feel, but you're hanging on and you're hanging on tight to something. And it's causing you to really lose your patience with yourself, because it's almost like this feeling of where you feel stunted in some way. Okay. So I'm going to take a look at this Tower energy. The 7 of Pentacles. The 9 of Swords in reverse in the World. Wow. Okay. There's something that's happening externally, where you feel like it's kind of crashing down, or something that you've invested in, something that you've really taken your time on. It's like coming and crashing down for some reason. It's interesting because it doesn't really feel like you're really worried about it. It feels like you're kind of letting it go. It is what it is. You're not really stressed about it. You're not super worried about it. Something is finally coming to a culmination, but it's almost like, thank God, maybe you're having a hard time keeping that UFO in the sky, and what I mean by that, maybe you're having a hard time, keeping up with the relationship. Maybe you were having a hard time keeping it together. Maybe somebody was just simply draining your energy. Maybe you were having a hard time not being able to be your water sign vulnerable self. Scorpios, you guys are kind of like the fire signs of the water signs a little bit. So while you guys can be vulnerable, you guys are also a little bit more apprehensive. So it kind of makes sense as to why the UFO would describe you with the hard shell and the soft belly in the middle. And so I feel like there are parts of you that have been untouched, or that have been, not like literally, okay, but like there are parts of you that have metaphorically, violently touched in some way that has caused that theater to be empty, or has caused that person inside of you to go even deeper inside of you, inside of this hood, or cover up or hide for some reason. And so it's kind of making me think with that hidden man, or that hooded man, or maybe it was you, maybe you're the hooded person. Or maybe the hooded person is the one that made you all raw on the inside, or hurt you in some way, made you not want to get on that stage and fill the seats, so to speak. But it feels like there's something that happened that just kind of took you by surprise. Tell me about that 5 of Cups. Tell me about that. Okay. Tell me about that 5 of Cups in reverse. I heard the lights are going out. There's the 9 of Swords in reverse again, and the World. So there's not really too much of a worry. It seems like you're okay with whatever this is. It's like balance is being brought back into your life. It's like you're ready to go back inside of yourself, pull out whatever you feel like you need to be you again. I feel like the UFO had to crash for a reason, right? It's like it had to crash for a reason, because you had to realize something. Sometimes the shell has to break for you to remember that there's something on the inside. And so the reason being is that there's something maybe creatively in you. There may be something that's creatively in you that you're needing to release, or something that you're needing to create from a place of pain. I feel like you're getting some form of karmic justice for the pain that you've suffered. Now, I see that 5 of Pentacles there, so I'm wondering what that is about. The Page of Swords. Can I have one more for that, please? The Moon. Are we writing? For some of you, you're writers, but it's like or you could be a writer, or you may be getting curious in regards to something creative for some of you with that Page of Swords to the Moon. Because the 5 of Pentacles is showing me that there's some sadness here, or there's a lack. It could be a lack of finances for some of you, but it could be abandonment issues. It could be a feeling of feeling like an outsider, feeling alienated. Because you have to understand the 5 of Pentacles, in traditional Rider-Waite tarot, you usually see this cathedral, and on the inside of the cathedral, it's all warm and blah, blah, blah. But there's this person outside of the cathedral, and it's snowing outside, and they're freezing, and they don't have shit, basically. And so it's a sense of feeling alienated in some way, but it's also a sense of, okay, the UFO had to crack. Now it's time to go within and kind of realize what I have. For some of you, I'm wondering if the hooded person is somebody in your life, somebody who tricked you, somebody who manipulated you to think that they were somebody else than they actually were. I want one for that Moon. No, I don't need all those. Well, the Lovers wanted to pop out, but it was like too many cards at once. The 2 of Swords in reverse. So if we're looking here, so basically something made you feel alienated, something made you feel like an outsider, something made you feel like crap. And with that 5 of Pentacles now to the Page of Swords, now we're getting curious. Now we're learning something about what the Moon, okay? This could be about our emotions, about trusting ourselves more, about listening to ourselves more. And with that 2 of Swords in reverse, there's something deep down, because the 2 of Swords in the upright is like, I'm avoiding this, right? Because I just want to keep the peace. I don't want to look at it, right? Now the Moon is our emotions. It's about what's deep within us, our fears, our anxieties, trusting ourselves, our own light. And I feel like there's something that you've avoided about yourself, where this UFO crash, or this hooded person inside of you, so to speak, maybe this person has a place in your heart, or I don't know, or maybe you're the hooded person, I don't know. But it feels like you're finally able to be like, you know what, I'm just going in the ship. I'm just going to go within. I'm going to figure it out, because there's some kind of gift in there. There's something I can reach for. So I'm going to get a couple of shuffles here. Give me 2 more shuffles. So let's take a look at that Fool. The Queen of Cups in reverse, the King of Cups at the bottom, and the Star in reverse. There's somebody that you may still have unfinished business with, or somebody you feel alienated by, somebody you feel like you've been done dirty by. There's somebody here who's very much in love with you, but I feel like they're not healed from you. You seem, if you're this Fool and this Queen of Cups in reverse, whoever the feminine is, seems to be like, okay, I'm out of here, or let bygones be bygones. I figured it out. I'm not avoiding my own emotions anymore. I'm not even avoiding my fears. There's something that I can gain from this, is what I'm getting. This crash, this tower, this UFO crash, whatever it may be, had to happen. You were taking too long to make a decision about something, and that's why it had to happen. There is mutual love here, but your trust issues are so bad. But the thing is that you're still moving forward. Let's take a look at that High Priestess. The Nine of Swords. One more. The Knight of Wands. Are you afraid to take action on something here in the near future? The Hangman, the Seven of Wands in reverse. I think that you were manipulated by somebody or people enough times where you started to lose trust in yourself. Because when people want something from us and they can't get it, they'll use manipulative tactics in order to retrieve it. And so I'm thinking about that hooded person in my meditation again at the end of the hall. And so I feel like what's going on now is that because you've learned enough times that you can trust yourself, that the initial intuitive hits that you're getting are real. Because people who want you to not trust yourself, they'll gaslight you, they'll wear a mask, you know. And I feel like you're now getting in touch with taking action in regards to your own intuition instead of getting in your head about things and letting somebody with it, having you feel like, oh, okay, well, maybe they're right, you know, and feeling intimidated, feeling like, oh, well, you know, it's all about perspective. You know, sometimes you got to say your perspective. Okay, because sometimes people, the perspective that they're trying to offer you is only the perspective that's going to fit their narrative. So let's look at that 10 of Pentacles in reverse. The Emperor. Could have an Aries in your life. One more. Eight of Swords, Six of Pentacles. You could be wondering if you were taken advantage of, because I feel like somebody's over here trying to gaslight you again. It's interesting. I'm wondering here. Okay, so I'm wondering with this Emperor and this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, there was something that was once established that is no longer. Okay, so a relationship, maybe a business. I don't know. It's something that was established. It was something that you thought that you wanted. You thought it was everything that you could ever want. And then the 10 of Pentacles is in reverse. And so now it's making a feminine energy feel very insecure in some way, but there's a masculine energy who I feel, what is this Emperor's intentions? Let me ask that. What is this Emperor's intentions here? The Four of Cups. Oh, I accidentally took two. I didn't mean to. The Two of Pentacles, the Four of Cups. I feel like there's a masculine here. It could be a father figure, a boss. It seems like a different masculine energy here that's trying to help you. This is somebody who's like a head honcho, or this is somebody who's like a CEO or a father figure or a boss. Like I said, it's somebody that runs their own ship, right? Somebody who's kind of top dog, you know what I mean? And it feels like if there are any financial issues or a sadness around you feeling you're not getting what you wanted, there's somebody here who's trying to help you from that disappointment. So I would take it, whoever that is. You could be, yeah, because the Six of Pentacles is about like generosity and somebody trying to help you, and you could be like, no, but you got to let that UFO crash, you know, not even let it is, you know, the lights are going out. So it's time to kind of go inside of the UFO and rediscover yourself, trust yourself. Let's look at that Ace of Swords. Oh my God, I didn't mean to take all of those cards. Okay, we got the Magician. Tell me more. The Star in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune. Wow. What's the Star in reverse? The Devil. Yeah, don't do that. Okay. All right, so this is what's going on. So where you're ending in June, you have the Ace of Swords, great. The Magician, great. The Star in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, incredible. Okay. The Devil is clarifying the Star, which tells me that your own fears, the hard shell that you felt like you had to create out of a sense of fear, out of a sense of pain, that is what is making you lose hope. But the one thing that you haven't lost is hope and belief in yourself. Now I'm getting that scene from Daenerys Targaryen, who I have tattooed on me. Okay. She is a character in Game of Thrones, and she went through a lot. And she said something like this. She was talking to somebody and they're like, oh, you have to do this and you have to do this if you want to succeed, and you need to believe in this. And she was like, she said, I have been raped, defiled, sold like a brood mare, nearly assassinated. And you know what the one thing that I believed in? It wasn't some god or some gods or some priestess. I believed in myself. She like went on this whole, like, I know I didn't quote her right. I know I totally butchered that, but it was something like that. And so that's what I'm feeling. It's like you're feeling a little beat up in some way because of this UFO crash, right? But you're having some magnificent idea, and it's something that I feel like you've already manifested, and you have the ability to make it happen. I mean, you have the talents, gifts, skills, and abilities to make it happen. But I feel like this is inspiring you because it's coming from a place of pain. It's coming from that raw flesh. And with that Wheel of Fortune, there may be something that's going to end up bringing you a bunch of abundance. Now, also, an abundance, I mean money for some of you, or it could be, you know, blessings as well, some kind of abundance in your life, which can show up in many different forms. So keep that in mind. So I'm wondering here, you guys have Jupiter in your 7th house right now, if you are a Scorpio rising. Okay, you have Jupiter and Uranus there and the North Node there. So there is a force kind of to be reckoned with when it comes to your relationships. There is some shock and awe in your relationships, some lessons, but not without blessings with that Jupiter there. And so I'm wondering here with this Emperor person, whoever this is that ends up coming in your life, is way better than whatever SHIT head that you had to deal with prior. Okay, is what it feels like if you were dealing with somebody and it didn't really work out, or if this is just like a past thing and you're still dealing with the aftermath of it. But it's kind of time to open the doors and let your underbelly show, because there's something about you, or there's a gift that you can share maybe with the world, or that you can create for yourself some kind of harmony. It's like, got to fill up that state. You got to fill up those seats, but you got to get on stage kind of thing. You got to kind of let your heart out. So I'm going to get some advice message. Okay. Show me more. Give me another one, please. No, I don't want all of those, please. Yeah. There we go. All right, that works. So you got teamwork, play, and waterproof. Okay. So I do feel like there's somebody who's trying to help you. Don't mind my nails. Okay, they look like crap. Nobody cares though, right? I feel like there's somebody here who is trying to help you have more fun, help you let loose, help you be vulnerable again, help you get on that stage again, or there will be somebody. The waterproof, this talks about in this oracle deck, this talks about not letting touch you. Nothing can touch you. You are protected, hard shell and all, honey. But don't be afraid sometimes to allow that underbelly to show, because the most beautiful thing about people can be their vulnerability. And that is where some of the best success can come from, is vulnerability, especially from a creative standpoint. And so I would definitely, if there's somebody that does come in your life relationship wise, allow. It's okay. Just make sure and understand that this is teaching you to hold up strong boundaries. Okay. Scorpio, it was an absolute pleasure to read your cards. You can book a personal reading with me at www.brattystarot.com. I offer Zoom calls and pre-recorded readings. Make sure that you follow me on all of my socials. I am a creative writer, so if you're into that, you can look at that on my Twitter. I post astrological transits almost every day, so make sure that you keep up with that as well. Make sure that you guys subscribe if you haven't, and like the video if you enjoyed it. And I would love to hear from you. So make sure that you leave a comment in the comment section. Talk to you later, dragons. Peace out.